Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon all of you. Today is our meeting number 48 in our Christian and Muslim dialogue. Today we will speak about Islamic dress code and about also woman and man in Islam. Islam promotes modesty and seeks to minimize immorality in society. One of the ways to reach this target is through requiring modest dress. Islam sets the standards of decency for both man and woman. Islam prescribes minimum dress code for both man and woman. In Islam, both man and woman are expected to dress simply, modesty, and with dignity. A man must always be covered in loose and unrevealing clothing from his navel and down till his knee. This is the absolute minimum covering required. He must never, for example, go in public wearing a short bathing suit. When leaving the home, a Muslim woman must at least cover her hair and body in loose and unrevealing clothing, obscuring the details of her body from the public. The wisdom behind this dress code is to minimize sexual enticement and degradation in society as much as possible for both man and woman. Obeying this dress code is a form of obedience to God. Islam forbids any sex appeal and the physical allurement outside of marriage. In contrast, Islam encourages sex appeal and physical attraction for both men and women within the privacy between married couples. Some Western observers have assumed that the head covering of a woman is meant to show her inferiority to man, but this is very far from the truth. In Islam, a woman who dresses this way commands respect, and through her modesty rejects sexual servitude. This message that the woman gives when she wears Islamic dress in society is this: respect me for who I am. I am not a sex object. Islam teaches that the consequences of immodesty fall not only on the individual, but also upon the society that encourage women and men to mingle freely, displaying themselves and compete each other through sexual attraction. These consequences are significant and cannot be ignored. To make woman as a sex object for the pleasure of man is not liberation. In fact, it is a dehumanizing form of oppression rejected by Islam. The liberation of the Muslim woman is that she is recognized by the content of her character rather than the displaying of her physical attributes. From the Islamic point of view, liberated Western women who must often worry about their looks, figure, and yes, for the pleasures of others are trapped in a form of slavery. And of course, we speak about some communities, some countries, not all, because this is not for all Western countries, of course. Also, we can explain now the rights of woman and man in Islam. Woman and man are equal before God. Both are accountable before God. They equally receive their reward in the hereafter for their faith and good deeds. Marriage is strongly encouraged and is both a legal agreement and sacred bond. Islam sees every woman, married or unmarried, as an individual in her own right. She has the same right to own property, earn wealth, and spend it as man has. Her wealth does not become the property of her husband after marriage or divorce. A woman has the right to choose whom she marries. And when married does not change, and when she get married, she are not requested to change her last name out of respect for her lineage. A woman can seek divorce if her marriage does not work out. And but of course, that is after the failure of all trials and attempts of marriage succeed, because also Islam does not encourage divorce because of its negative effects on the family and children's. But if the life become unbearable with marriage partner, divorce is allowed. Economically, each man and woman is an independent legal entity. Men and women have the right to own their individual property, engage in business, and inherit from others. Both have the equal right to receive an education and to enter into gainful employment as long as Islamic principles are not violated. Seeking knowledge is the obligation of every Muslim, male and female. While religion knowledge is very important, it is also required within a society to have professionals of both genders available for the benefit of the public. For example, society requires doctors, teachers, counselors, social workers, and many other important vocations. When there is a shortage of qualified personnel, it may become obligatory for women and men to gain expertise in this field to fulfill the need of the Muslim community. It is in this situation the guidelines of Islam are to be upheld also. Women are encouraged to seek Islamic knowledge. To prevent anyone from getting an education is contrary to the teaching of Islam. A man is responsible, of course, for maintaining and protecting his family and providing the basic needs such as food, clothing, and shelter for the wife, children, and if needed, other female relative in the household. Woman is not responsible for this, even if married. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the most perfect in faith among believers is he who is best in manners to his wife. This is a brief about and explanation about the dress code in Islam and the rights between man and woman. Now we reach the end of this video, and inshallah I hope it is explain and give idea about the subjects which we explained. Thank you for your following. Peace be upon all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.